Hot takes are everywhere, but they're often uninformed, and major news is biased. We've had enough of hot takes. We want informed takes. Join Kevin Briggins and Devin Smith as they have rational conversations about domestic politics, geopolitics, and military affairs. Things will get interesting as they bring in expert guests, even from across the aisle. Grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and hop into the chat. It's time for Informed Takes.
Yo, welcome back everybody to Informed Takes. I am Kevin Briggins, he is Devin Smith, and we are glad that y'all are back with us again.
Man,
you just gonna play the intro again?
No, I hope not. I don't know what's going on there. Man, how you doing?
I'm good, man. You just went like Superman, and like you jumped in the phone booth and popped out, and you got your cape on.
Man,
I just saw you 2 seconds ago. You didn't have on a jacket, a shirt, or
it's you know like how Superman, like, he takes his suit off, right? Like he takes his suit off, and then he got his. See, my superhero suit is the suit. Like I take off, I rip up the regular clothes, and it's a suit up underneath.
Cause I'm like, I got the merch on, I'm like,
hey,
okay,
there we go.
I'm like, okay,
there we go.
I'm like, okay, Devin's dressed down, I'm good, and then you pop up, and here you go.
Well, I what can I say? It's my thing.
It is. But man, we've got a good show today. I'm really excited about what we're gonna do today. How How's before we do that though? How was your week?
It was busy, man. It was busy. I am, man. I'm gonna sleep real well tonight. We've been working hard for like two weeks straight, man.
I can tell because you came in on two wheels tonight.
Oh yeah. No, I was like, I was at the studio talking with the payments company while offloading footage, doing all that stuff, and then come in here on two wheels, hug my kids, and start prepping for the show.
Tell the kids we'll appreciate it. We'll appreciate their sacrifice.
Yeah. Man. You like y'all. So are y'all gonna get hit with this winter storm? Y'all gonna get hit with this thing?
No. So where I live, we're below it. We're below the line of freezing. It's gonna be normal for us. Highs in the 50s, 60s the next couple of days. Yeah, just normal.
Man, oh my gosh, yeah, definitely jealous of that. Definitely jealous.
I mean,
about that.
If y'all need somewhere to go, I'm just saying.
we just might, man. We might just get the heck out of here. Oh man, they're saying that we are most likely we are going to get some snow, but we'll see what happens. But it doesn't look like it's going to be as bad as it was. I mean, we got some folks in here, Miami, Florida. Natalie
I know.
Roman,
I see.
She's like,
Natalie.
Yeah, she's like, I ain't gonna have any problems. You're right, Natalie. You are not gonna have any problems whatsoever. You're gonna be just fine. Michigan. Isn't Michigan always cold? What, is this even new for y'all?
Michigan, New York in the chat. No, that's just normal for them. That's called winter.
Yeah. Now New York, I think that they might get a little more punished than they're used to. But I mean, honestly, the thing that's colder in New York is really all that socialism going on. It's not the weather; it's the socialism. It turns out the warmth of collectivism is not that warm.
Oh, it is not. It is not. You freeze your behind off.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, thank y'all for being here tonight.
Yep. Oh man, Montana. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, Montana.
I still got nightmares from my time in Montana. Freezing.
Wasn't nothing but tundra out there, man.
Yep. But hey, we got a lot to get into tonight. Let's get into this show. For those who don't know, we have a guest on tonight, and an Iranian doctor is going to come on and talk to us about what is taking place in Iran. You saw the thumbnail. We've talked about it before, but we're going to kind of get a more in-depth personal perspective on what's going on. And so I'm really looking forward to that. But before we do that, we're going to show a couple of videos to kind of give context, kind of where we are, what's going on, and just for, those who maybe haven't been paying close attention to kind of understand. Devin, I don't know if these videos are going to play back to back, but I want to give people a warning on the second video that it is graphic. And so, just a heads up, the second video we play does have some graphic images. And so, fair warning.
Yep. And there'll be a pause in between them. So you'll get, everybody will get to see the warning before it plays.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Following a violent crackdown that rights groups say has left thousands dead. The unrest began with small demonstrations in Tehran over Iran's collapsing currency. It quickly widened into nationwide protests, with many demonstrators calling for the end of the Islamic Republic. After more than 2 weeks of demonstrations across Iran, human rights groups and witnesses have reported little protest activity in major population centers. Rights monitors say authorities have kept a heavy police and military presence in cities where protests were largest. The government has heavily restricted internet and phone service, making it harder to confirm the deaths and track protest activity. Iranian state media says security forces have carried out arrests of alleged protest organizers. Over the weekend, Iran's supreme leader publicly acknowledged that thousands were killed, the first time the leadership has spoken to the scale of the violence, while blaming many of the deaths on foreign agitators and rioters. With Iran still restricting internet and phone service, independent verification remains limited, meaning the death toll could be much higher than what's currently reported. Even so, sporadic demonstrations have continued in pockets. The Trump administration has responded with threats of escalation and additional economic pressure. President Trump warned earlier this month that if Iranian authorities continued killing protesters, the U.S. could consider military strikes. That rhetoric intensified last week amid reports that Iran was preparing to execute arrested prisoners. On Wednesday, Trump said that he had been informed that Iran had decided to halt executions.
We've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping, and it's stopped, and it's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or an execution or executions. So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it.
The White House later said Iran had halted executions of 800 prisoners, but it remains unclear what changed inside Iran, and there is no independent confirmation that U.S. pressure was the decisive reason for the reported halt. Even at its height, the protest movement struggled to produce a single leadership structure or a clear plan for what comes after the Islamic Republic. The protests have drawn a broad cross-section of Iranian society, united in anger at the government but divided on alternatives, and fear of becoming a target has made organizing and leadership harder. Outside Iran, the most recognizable opposition figure remains Reza Pahlavi, the exiled son of Iran's last Shah, but experts say questions about his plan and the country's history with monarchy have limited any clear consensus around him. Looking ahead, two things will shape what comes next: whether protests can continue under heavy security pressure, and whether Iran's communication restrictions ease enough for organizing to resume. Tehran's capacity to alleviate the severe economic anxieties of protesters, which sparked the demonstrations late last year, also remains uncertain, with intense Western-backed sanctions still in place. For the Washington Times, I'm Vaughn Cockayne. For more, visit WashingtonTimes.com, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, so that was kind of a really general overview of what's happening, or what was taking place in Iran. And so this next video, like I say, is graphic, does have some graphic images, but I thought it was important to share for context. I will also say too that I couldn't verify whether or not this video was AI or original. But given the fact that even the administration has admitted the death tolls in the thousands, it's probably a good chance this is actually real, just because we know the death toll is high. So. Is muted.
آخه بارون که نیست رگبار باروته سزای عاشقای خوب ما اینه نترس از گله دشمن گل لادن که پوست شیر پوست سرزمین من اجاق لا 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 دیگه بسه گل لاله.
Yeah, so as you can see, kind of body stacked up. I've also seen actual images of like body bags, black body bags, just kind of stacked up too. So, yeah, it's been bad. And so that is why we wanted to talk about it. That's why we wanted to shed light on it, because things have a way of falling out of the news cycle. But this is pretty bad, and this is what's going on. So we want to talk about it, and in doing so, like I said, we're bringing on a guest, and so Devin, if you can go ahead and bring Dr. Arian on, and that way we can dive in. Doctor, thanks for coming on with us.
Thanks for having me on. Hi, Kevin and Devin. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I know this has been very personal to you. This has been a very difficult time for just the nation. Can you just give us an update on what you're hearing, like of what's currently going on?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these two videos kind of made me emotional. But basically, before we move on, I can tell that what you've shown on the stacks of bodies and piled up,
Mhm.
they're real. Um, so we get to the numbers, but so what we are witnessing now in Iran is not just another protest cycle. It's a
Mhm.
nationwide uprising born from economic collapse and basically decades of repression.
Yeah.
People are just saying enough is enough. They don't have anything to lose. With the economy going south way, um, they're either dying out of hunger or difficult situation, or just coming out and say enough is enough with this regime, and they are chanting for Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi to come back as a leader, and they are going against the Islamic regime, and they want to take them down because they're tired of what's going on for almost half a century. Um, so now it's interesting this time. The most conservative portion of people from Bazaar, they closed their shops. They poured into streets with spontaneous grassroots revolution. We cannot really call it protests anymore. It's a
Yeah.
revolution happening now.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Man, that's hard. Especially when you say you can confirm that those images and what's happening there is true. Um, what is the mood there? Are people hopeful? Are they have they been deterred from the crackdown? Kind of what's the feeling of people?
Yeah, so I mean, Islamic regime is notorious of internet shut down in these
Yeah.
situations because they don't want to have any witnesses, any evidences of the massacres happening here right now. And numbers have been claimed and mentioned, more than 20,000
Yeah.
bodies. 20,000. You just let it sink in
Yeah.
for a second. 20,000 lives, 20,000 dreams, 20,000. Even more than that. It could be more than that because they are, they are notorious of hiding numbers.
Yeah.
There were other protests, other uprisings in 2009, 2019, 2022. In 2019, they killed 1,500 in less than a week, I guess, and they hide it, and they never gave those bodies back to their families. And now
Yeah.
it's even worse in this situation because people has not people have not been stopping going out and pressing hard for their freedom, for their basic needs. And this time, with the leadership that they are chanting for, and they are calling him, and they have more hope to get rid of this regime. After 47 years of repression and um, censorship and economic insecurity, uh, many many hardships that people have gone through. They are coming out and saying enough is enough, and they want to change. And they're also, like the video you showed. Mr. President mentioned that they're gonna back them up, and that was a hope in people going out and um, keep keep pressing hard for getting rid of the Islamic regime.
Yeah. Um, this is something I want to know because you mentioned the president and you mentioned the hope. A lot of people in the U.S. kind of get told that the rest of the world don't want us involved in their things, and it's just American imperialism and all of these types of things. From where you sit, kind of what is your view on it? Are people wanting the United States to help them?
Well, let's put it this way: people of Iran, they're fighting for the whole world against the all evil, and
Yeah.
they are fighting with bare hands. And I like the video. Senator Rubio mentioned that there has not been a nation that their government are different than their people. So
Hmm.
the people are. Um, n- they are in need of help because they are fighting with bare hands. They don't have any military support, and on the other side, the Islamic regime is bringing even foreigners and
Yes, I saw that.
from other groups and parties to crack down, and basically a genocide is happening. You can call it Iranian genocide when you see numbers after 48 hours about 14,000, 16,000 people have been killed. They need the whole world support, and in this situation, the people of Iran's target and goal, which is get rid of this regime, is in line and aligned with the West's goal, because this regime has been supporting many terrorism
Yes.
activities around the world, and this is the time. This is the time that people has been risen against them, and now this is the time for the West to step in and help the people of Iran. What should be better than having a peaceful Middle East? And it is not right now. You have seen for the past decades
Hmm.
a lot of trauma, a lot of troubles, and a lot of dollars has been spent on that area. Why should be like that? If the Islamic regime is not supporting those, not only that, just take a look at the war between Russia and Ukraine, which Islamic regime has been supporting with their drones, and caused a lot of troubles for the Westerns, and with the economy
Yeah.
getting and the prices getting up. So they are responsible for many things, and just imagine if they are not existed, and we have a peaceful Middle East, which we had before 1978, with the time that we had the Shah, the most peaceful time for the Middle East, and now again. Um, we are on the edge and on the verge of getting there again if we have the support of the West.
Yeah. Devin, did you want to add anything?
I did, and I really appreciate your willingness to come on and talk about this stuff, Dr. Aryan, and just for the audience, for you guys to understand, the whole reason that you can't see Dr. Aryan is because we need to protect his identity, and so that's why we don't have video for him, because the images that you saw, that is indicative of a real situation, and as you know, as you said, Dr. Aryan, the Islamic regime in Iran, they've used any resources that they've had to be able to commit acts of terror, or at least by proxy, often by proxy around the world. And so you're absolutely right that this is of great interest to the West. And I agree with you. Now is the time. I don't think that another opportunity like this presents itself, and it seems like the West is responding. At least America is responding, which I'm thankful for.
Yeah, and to add on top of that is, I've had conversations with people that they are thinking, oh, this is going to be like US and Iraq, and there's a lot of waste of money, but this situation is totally different. People have a leader now. There is a leader. There is someone who is having a plan for transitioning from this dictatorship to a democracy. And he has presented his plans. Recently, he had a press conference, and they were presenting their plan for this transition. So this is not going to be U.S. and Iraq situation, and because there is a leader, there shouldn't be any chaos, because people are determined this time, and it is kind of scary if it comes out of this that they survive. I mean, the Islamic regime survive. This is not going to be good for the world. They say what doesn't kill me makes me stronger, right? And this
Right.
is not a good situation. So like you mentioned, this is a really good time to step in and make sure that this is not going to happen.
Yeah.
And,
I agree
and
that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I agree that with your thought exactly. That is the exact thought that I had. Is if we allow the Islamic regime to regroup, if we allow this to pass and we allow the Islamic regime to regroup, the oppression is going to be much worse, and they are going to try to harden themselves against something like this in the future. And so, the time to act is now.
Yeah. I have a question for for the audience who don't know. Iran basically has two different militaries. You have your traditional military, and then you have what's called the IRGC. And the IRGC is the part of the military that is loyal to the Ayatollah. Their whole responsibility is to protect the regime, protect the Ayatollah. It's also the more well-funded part of the military. Extremely loyal. But at the same time, like I said, there's two kind of separate militaries. So, Doctor, I was wondering, and this is what some people have been wondering and asking for, and just kind of thinking, is there a chance that the actual kind of Iranian military will back the people up? Like, I know we saw some of that in Syria as the regime started to crack down on people. You saw defectors from the Syrian military actually go over to the people's side. Why do you think we haven't seen that in Iran?
Yeah, that's a really good point. So IRGC basically, let me clarify this. That is Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps.
Guard Corps.
That IR doesn't represent Iran by any means. So, like I said, we got to separate these two.
Yes.
Our Iranian people, and the Islamic regime, two separate things. And so it's a really difficult and complex situation. I mean, the IRGC obviously is, full support of the supreme leader and Islamic regime, and the other military called Artush. We haven't seen. I mean, there is not a sign of major defections yet. So we don't really know what's happening, but there are a lot of oppressions against individuals. Like, they are in danger if they decide to do something like that and be defective and go to the people's side. Their families are in danger. They are in danger themselves, and they're brutal. You could see from what government open up machine guns to their people protesting with bare hands. So that might be it, why many people have not really joined. Many people from these two military sites have not joined regular people yet. But we are hoping that happens. That's why, I mean, we really need the military support. Other than that, our Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi mentioned that regardless of if we get help from West or US or Israel, people will fight and we will win eventually. But there are many lives gonna lost, and this is gonna be disaster. So the sooner the better, to kind of wipe them out of this.
Yeah. No, I get you. And back to your point about this is not like Iraq. I 100% agree with you. Iraq had a very strong Shia Sunni split.
Mhm.
And what plagued Iraq was sectarian violence between those two. The Iranian people are different. This is not the same situation as Iraq. And so I believe if the regime failed, you would have a unified country, not one that splits and goes into civil war. And so, to your point, I 100% agree with you. Um,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at the history and the culture of Persian people, Iranian
yeah,
people. Once Cyrus the Great, freed Jews, and now Iran's people, descendants of Cyrus the Great, are in danger and they need of help. And um,
yeah,
they were peacemakers all the time in history. And until this regime became in power and oppressed them. So
yeah,
we're hoping that we can get our dignity back, our freedom back, and we have a free Iran.
yeah. Some people view the world as in six great, what do you call them, empires or kingdoms. You have the Russians, you have the Chinese, you have India, um, Great Britain, America, and the others is the Persians, Iran. Um, and you guys have been under this oppressive thumb since 1979, to where, as you said, it does not represent the people of Iran. It is not. You just talk about that great history. There's so much history, so much culture, and it's all been oppressed under this regime that has that that's pulled the coup, state 1979, took
Mhm.
power and has oppressed the people of Iran since then. And so um I'm glad you mentioned that history, because I don't think people realize, because we just say Iran, and we're not thinking, no, this is Persia, you know
Right. Yeah.
and this, it means something. And it's a great civilization, it's a great people. And like you, they need our help, and I wish that something would be done, because this is really unacceptable what this regime is doing and has been doing for the last you know 50 years or so.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely not. We are at the point that I was reading something. I mean, there are many people who have been silenced about this, who they were really pro-Palestinian, and now they are
Hmm.
silenced. They are not saying anything about
Exactly.
what's happening right now, and we don't know why, but we may have some clues, but we don't want to go
Yeah.
down that road. But
Yeah.
I was reading something about responsibility to protect, R2P principle, that is now it is about when a government fails to protect its own people from mass atrocities. Now is the international community as a moral obligation to act, and
Yes.
that's the time. That's the time that uh, we need to keep talking about Iran. And I saw that European Parliament, they tried to put IRGC on the list of terrorists, and there were a few handful of countries that they uh, did not vote for it. And this as we talk about this more and bring more clarity to this, maybe we can get to the point that all the world see what's happening in full scale. And given the fact that, again, with the shutdown, people have not heard of their families, and there are not
Hmm.
um, there are many videos that has not been posted yet. People probably took those. um, Maybe the world has not seen this in full scale. And when they say numbers, they say, "Oh, is that really real, or is just made up?" No, it is real. And if you think about it, as a genocide, as
Yeah.
I mean, we have now another genocide and Holocaust, and as Iranian Holocaust, that we need to talk about it and make sure that the whole world, it's the time to act. It's the time to do something about it. And
Yeah.
it was for a while the human nation was silenced, but now I'm hoping that this everybody talks about it, and it comes in full clarity that what's happening, and they are in need of help. Um,
Yeah. And my hope is that when the internet does come back up, because you make a good point, um, there's going to be a lot of videos and images uploaded. And that's going to bring I think that's going to bring renewed interest and concern about what took place, because they can only hide it for so long. Eventually, the internet comes back up, and people are going to post videos they've taken. They're going to post images they've taken. People are going to go live. They're going to tell their stories. And yeah, I hope that the international community wakes up and steps up and um, does what needs to be done. I'll just put it that way. So,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, Devin, you muted, Devin.
I don't know why I muted. It was my understanding that Elon Musk had provided Starlink for a while. Is that still happening?
Well, based on what we've learned, not really. There are people who have been pro Islamic regime. They have access to that, and most of the first videos that came out, basically was to scare people of, if you come out, this is going to happen. But then there might be some like cyber people who have access to those Starlinks to be able to communicate with people outside of Iran, but it is not really widespread and still isn't shut down. And
Yeah. It's basically spotty. What the regime did was they used jammers. So in the military, we have jammers to jam signals and stuff. And so they put all these jammers out because they knew Starlink, and it's jammed the signal. And so
Mhm.
that's what's happened. That's why as much as not getting out as could be. They've tried. No, he gave Starlink, but it's being jammed by the Iranian government.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I one of the things that I was just contemplating as you were talking, Dr. Aryan, was, you talked about the fact that the IRGC is even getting the help of foreign entities to come in and try to oppress and repress the uprising. And this should be an easy answer for everybody. It's like we have all these movies where we show people rising up to fight against oppression, and when you have someone who's not only willing to oppress but to call on others to come and help them oppress. I mean, that is the definition of villainy. And it is the image. It's the image of villainy. We're watching this in real time, and you're right. The folks who were walking around with Palestinian flags don't seem to care much about this, and so it reveals that it was never really about that. I was wanting to know from your perspective, what is the based on the folks that the Iranian folks that what is the sentiment towards the return of the Shah's son? Do they want him to become the new leader?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a great question. I mean, there was some ambiguity in the beginning of this uprising, that is it really, are the people really support him? And when he called for people to come out, and millions of people inside Iran and also in the West and in Europe and US, you see that they are coming out chanting his name, and really people of Iran now they are appreciating what the Shah has done for them 47 years ago, and now they want to have his son and Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi back, because they want to go back in that time when Iran was prosperous and now is really oppressed, and they are chanting for their dignity. And we are a nation we had kings like Cyrus, and then after that many came on that really brought dignity to the nation, and now they've lost it for half a century. They want to get it back, and they are really waiting for him to come back. They are really chanting his name, although there are people, mainly leftists, which they always support the Islamic regime, because they're probably getting paid by them, and they are living in the West. One of the things that I guess the international community needs to support is to kind of deport and send these people who are living here and they are getting supports from Islamic regime, and there are many of them here that they they need to find them, identify them, and just get them out of the country. And both in U.S. and Europe, their children's and grandchildren's are living here. They chant the Islamic regime chant "Death to America, Israel," but their families living here. So.
Just the hypocrisy.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly. But yeah, to your point, people are chanting Reza Pahlavi's name as their transition leader. He's the one who called, and people who really said yes to his invite and came out against these evil Islamic regime. Millions of people in Iran and outside of Iran, they are chanting his name as the transition leader. And now he said it many times that he is really advocating for democracy. He has said many times that this is going to be transitioning time, and he has planned for it. And then there will be the time the people of Iran themselves to decide what type of government they like to have, what type of and that's the meaning of the democracy. But there are people who are against them because, again, most likely they are being fed by Islamic regime, and there are groups that they talk really they talk diplomacy. Even in U.S., there's a group called NIAC, and they are true representative of the Islamic regime in the diplomacy world and diplomacy language that may rub you the wrong way, but people are wise, and people are now at this stage that they know who is on the right side of the history.
Yeah. Well, Doctor, we appreciate you coming on and just kind of sharing and kind of letting our audience know what's going on. What do you want to leave? Like, what do you want the West to know? Like, what is your final words to the West, to the artists, whoever may hear this? What do you want them to know?
Well, I'd like them to know that Iran and people of Iran, they are not Islamic regime. It's a totally different. There is a clear line in between the two, and what people now are asking for help is not the foreign ground troops. They are asking and they are calling for help, for targeted, limited military intervention to back them up, because again, like I said, both people of Iran's interest and the West's interest are in line and aligned at this time. And what better than this at this point? Um, they want them their support to be their voice and support them, and also identify the people who are being supportive with Islamic regime in the West to call them out and get them out of the country. And they are, I'm sure that they are again calling for help to back them up against this Islamic regime with full armed, and people are with bare hands.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's the time to act. It's the time that, like what you are doing here, sharing this with the community, and the understanding of what really is happening. And this is not going to be like Iraq and U.S. situation for sure. That brings more clarity to the situation and shed light on what's happening in Iran.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll appreciate that. Doctor,
Yeah.
we appreciate you coming on. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'd also add this. There are minorities in Iran. There's a fast-growing church in Iran. So I know there are a lot of prayers, but at the same time, Lord has called people to take actions. I was reflecting on Matthew 25 and 25:40 says, when he says, "Truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these brothers, you did it to me." So that's a call for action. It is beyond the prayers, and it's an action that needs to be taken for the people and minorities back in Iran and the fast growing church.
Absolutely. We're calling for that action to happen. And you laid it out perfectly. Just limited, targeted strikes to help you out, to hit, push them back. And I hope the president decides to do that. I really do.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
you Doctor,
for having
we
me
appreciate
that.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was just saying, appreciate having me on and having this topic share with the community. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And we appreciate you being willing to come on and share. And so you have a good one, and we'll be praying that action is taken and that the Iranian people will gain their freedom.
Yes.
Amen. Yeah.
Amen. All right, Doctor.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming
you
on.
so much. Thank you,
Doctor.
Have a good night.
Yep. You too. Man, it gets real when it's not just a news headline. And when you're talking to people who are affected by it, their families are. And I just couldn't, being an American, and I can't imagine living in a nation where you basically have like a foreign occupied government. And you have no way to fight back because they have all the guns.
Yes.
When the Iranian people are uprising, they, like you said, they just have their hands. They're just rising up in protest and an uprising, but they have no weapons. This isn't some armed uprising. And then the regime, brings out machine guns and mows them down.
Yeah. That's you have to acknowledge the just raw courage that these people have to go up against a fully armed regime with nothing but their hands and whatever they can pick up. I mean, that is it truly is a show of courage, a show of spirit. And I think if if you're thinking about for instance, people all the time talk about when they come against the Second Amendment, they say, oh well, they got Biden said, he's like, what are you gonna do against an F-18 or F-22 or whatever, what you're gonna do against a fighter jet? And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, I mean, if you look at what happened in Iraq, you look at what happened in Afghanistan,
they didn't have any either.
They didn't have jets, and look at what we had to deal with. I think that this should be a really big reminder to people of why we have the Second Amendment, because something like that can't happen here. It can't happen here, basically.
100%. Also, I want people to understand and see what real oppression looks like.
Yes.
Yeah. ICE in your city is not oppression.
No.
That is not oppression. That is not fascism. You're seeing it in Iran. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Y'all out here cosplaying. You're protesting your government with no consequences.
No, yeah.
You're not oppressed.
They think that, basically not being able to put they thems on the bathroom is oppression, right?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, and look at, my goodness, man. You remember, man, I even hate to give this any more airtime. But you remember when Whoopi Goldberg said that black people in America have it worse than, like when she said, I think she said black women have it worse than women in Iran. Or she might have said black people, period.
I forgot about that. She sure did.
And
it was so ignorant then, and it just highlighted the ignorance of it today.
Cannot hide the ignorance. I mean, that is what Chris Rock would call ignorant. That's ignorant.
I don't know how to make it more clear to black people that they're not oppressed.
Yeah,
it's like you really don't know what oppression is. If you're in America, you're not oppressed.
Yeah, those images that we showed of bodies stacked. You go and you want to roll up. You want to roll up and block highways, and you go roll up in a church, and you want to talk about Trump's a racist and all that stuff. You ain't getting mowed down. What is happening to these people is not happening to you. No. Not oppressed.
No,
not oppressed.
So lynching was horrible, right?
Right.
But in like 150 years, there's like 4,000 lynchings.
Right.
We're talking about within the span of a week, nearly 20,000 Iranians are killed.
Yeah.
Like, we don't understand the scale. We make it seem like we have the worst experience ever. Everything is horrible. And it's like, you have no idea how bad things can be, right? Even in America's worst, it was restrained from how evil human beings can be to one another.
Right.
Go outside of the West. Go outside of a place where Christianity has influenced it, and you will see just how bad things can be.
Yeah.
And what is happening in Iran is just, it's a microcosm of that. It is.
And I think it's hard. I think it's hard for people who don't really know anything about stuff like this. They don't know enough of world history to know that things like this happen, right? Yeah. What they know is what they've been fed, and perhaps in their interest, digging through history to find more things to be upset about. And we really do vastly underappreciate how good we have it here. We vastly underappreciate it. I mean, it's like any Iranian over there right now, they would trade places with any black person complaining about being oppressed in America right now. I mean, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
But like I always say, man, when they start talking that stuff, I always say, hey, show it to me. Show me the racism. Show it to me. I want to see it. We can go fight it. As Ben Shapiro says, we can go fight it together. And they can never show it.
It never show it.
But
I think that's a great segue to our next thing. The promo.
Yes.
So for those, we showed a small clip last week of Chad Jackson's MLK project. And I had asked him, hey, can I show the promo? And we didn't get an answer back in time. But he posted, I would say this is 90% of the one I had. And he finally posted on YouTube. And so we're just going to play it because season 2 came out on Monday, MLK Day. And I think people need to check it out. So check out the trailer.
And they are determined that we will not last.
The display of military power is impressive.
We have within our borders divisions,
demonstrations continue to mar the president's travel.
fears, animosities, misunderstandings, prejudices, conflicts, a will to destroy, group against group. These are dangerous times.
Yeah. So, go check out season 2, the MLK project. Chad's doing good work. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That is that
I mean,
is awesome.
those words from Joseph H. Jackson, that narration, man, that could have been today.
Yeah. Absolutely, it could have been today. It's crazy the things that he was saying and he was warning.
Yeah.
And look, it is born. I mean, look at the fruit that is born. And as we were watching that, I was thinking about all of the various protests that we see that are fashioned in the same way, but they're protesting nonsense. The climate protests, and they're no longer right. Their idea, the king and the folks who were trained with him was civil unrest, but they were to do it peacefully, essentially, right? That idea is gone now. I mean, that stuff just turns into riots now. So that's very, very, very interesting. I do hope to get to watch all of that at some point. And it's interesting because we just had MLK Day, and so the topic comes up. And you got some people mad because MLK is not getting the same flowers that he was getting in the past. And, for those who don't know, I mean, MLK for the longest time has basically been, just shy of Black Jesus. I mean, you don't touch that dude. Straight up, like, dude. I mean, at least when I was younger, I mean, dude literally was treated like, he was treated like a prophet of God.
Yeah.
I mean, and you learn about who he really was, and you're like, oh no, like he wouldn't. That dude's not even a Christian. But you're not allowed to talk about that. Not allowed to talk about that. I mean, no. Kev, you saw me get chewed out today, this week for not flying the MLK flag real strong. You saw it.
I have intentionally stayed quiet this week, this year, because I was like, I'm not getting in that fight this year. People are too sensitive about it. He's the idol that cannot be touched, and it doesn't matter how many receipts you bring. They will defend and they will argue.
Yep.
And as I asked someone today, because I have been having a private conversation with someone, and I just said, look at King's legacy. Look at the men who surrounded him, the Jesse Jacksons, the Al Sharptons. Look at the Christian denomination he started, the Progressive National Baptist Convention. Look at the organizations he formed. Look at the church he left behind in the pulpit that with Raphael Warnock. I'm like, this is King's legacy. That's his legacy. His legacy is social justice protest. The modern day Democratic Party, the modern day leftist movements is King's legacy.
Yep.
Even Mamdani, he even referenced Dr. King.
Yep.
In talking about how he's a democratic socialist. He said, like Dr. King.
Yep.
The progressive left is Dr. King's legacy. It just is. And so I was telling this person who is a conservative and a Christian, I'm like, if Dr. King was here today, he wouldn't be your hero. Because the image that we have of Dr. King is a false one.
Right.
It is a false image. He is the very thing of the people we don't like today.
Right. I mean, can you imagine?
Theologically liberal.
Yep.
Politically progressive, anti-capitalist, pro-socialism.
100%.
Who does that sound like? Exactly.
I mean, you want? I can name lists. I mean, I got. It's not just one person. I mean, look, you talking Bernie. You talking Mamdani. You're talking. I mean, if you're a conservative, it's just listen. All the people who you trying to stop. I mean,
that's King.
That's King. And can you imagine him still being alive during the Me Too movement?
I wish he was. Oh,
bro,
wow. I didn't know you was going there.
He
I didn't know
survive.
you was going there.
He wouldn't survive.
No, he wouldn't.
He would have been canceled. He would have been canceled.
Yeah.
Guarantee you.
I hate he was assassinated because him being assassinated is what made him a legend.
That's right. That's right.
That's what made him an idol and a legend.
That's right.
And if he had lived on, he would not have become the figure that we revere today.
That's correct.
Because
That's
the figure we
correct.
revere today is created. It's a created narrative and a created story.
Yes.
That isn't true. It's not real.
It's been whitewashed. It is yeah. I mean, dude, that guy wouldn't have made it through modern day progressivism. He wouldn't have survived that junk.
No, they would have canceled him. And what's funny is that even when all the stuff came out, I guess because it wasn't necessarily Me Too related, but when all the stuff came out, none of those people cared.
No. Yeah. Because you don't touch him. You don't touch him, man. I mean, like I said, man, basically, you touch that dude, you have touched Black Jesus, and you will be dealt with accordingly. I mean, that's how that goes.
Yeah.
As Martin Luther said, the guy that Martin Luther King Jr.'s namesake, as Martin Luther said, "Hey, this is my conscience. I'm bound by my conscience.
Yeah.
I can't do anything else."
I'm gonna start calling him by his government now. I'm gonna start calling him Martin Luther King. I'm gonna start calling him by his government, his original government. His dad changed his name. Yeah, his dad's name was not Martin Luther.
His dad did change his name.
He went to Germany, got influenced by Martin Luther's work, and not necessarily his theological work. The fact that Martin Luther basically he tore down the power structure.
Right.
Right. That's how they viewed him as a socialist, because you had the peasants revolt, and it tore down the power structures of the Catholic Church and freed the people.
Yeah.
Right. And so he came back and changed his name to Martin Luther. And then he changed his son's name to Martin Luther King Jr. I think it was Michael something before that.
Wow.
Yeah. So no, Martin Luther King is not his original name. His dad changed it to that after the Protestant Reformation, Martin Luther.
Wow.
But not for theological clarity, social clarity, social movement. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'd forgotten that fact. I'd forgotten that Martin Luther was not the original name.
Nope. Oh man. But anyway, I didn't even mean to spend that much time talking about this. I wanted the promotive thing and move on to. So I will say this. This will end the serious part of our show, because what's coming up next and throughout, because we got all the shenanigans at the end, is definitely more light and not as heavy as the things we just dealt with. So
Yes.
You got to.
Yes.
Whenever you're talking about Trump, you got to transition.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you got a drink, you might pour you some more. Because we about to hear old Trump.
Don. Yeah.
The Don. Let's see. Let me see if I can get the Don up here, because I think I got Secretary Lutnick up, and we need to see Don first.
Yeah, see Don first. Yeah, so for those who don't know, he was at Davos this week at the World Economic Forum. And the president was in presidential form. in his own way. He was in Donald Trump form, I should say.
That's right.
There's nothing presidential about him.
Nothing presidential. Oh man. All right, y'all. Buckle up. Let's go.
Well, thank you very much, Larry. It's great to be back in beautiful Davos, Switzerland, and to address so many respected business leaders, so many friends, few enemies. Certain places in Europe are not even recognizable, frankly, anymore. They're not recognizable. And we can argue about it, but there's no argument. Friends come back from different places. I don't want to insult anybody, and say I don't recognize it. And that's not in a positive way. That's in a very negative way. And I love Europe, and I want to see Europe go good, but it's not heading in the right direction. This enormous unsecured island is actually part of North America, on the northern frontier of the Western Hemisphere. That's our territory.
Oh, boy.
It is therefore a core national security interest of the United States of America. And in fact, it's been our policy for hundreds of years to prevent outside threats from entering our hemisphere. And we've done it very successfully. We've never been stronger than we are now. That's why American presidents have sought to purchase Greenland. It's the United States alone that can protect this giant mass of land, this giant piece of ice, develop it and improve it and make it so that it's good for Europe and safe for Europe and good for us. And that's the reason I'm seeking immediate negotiations to once again discuss the acquisition of Greenland by the United States, just as we have acquired many other territories throughout our history, as many of the European nations have. They've acquired. There's nothing wrong with it. We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good. That's probably the biggest statement I made, because people thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force. But the problem with NATO is that we'll be there for them 100%. But I'm not sure that they'd be there for us. If we gave them the call, gentlemen, we are being attacked. We're under attack by such and such a nation. I know them all very well. I'm not sure that they'd be there. I know we'd be there for them. I don't know that they'd be there for us. We're building a golden dome that's going to, just by its very nature, going to be defending Canada. Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not. I watched your Prime Minister yesterday. He wasn't so grateful.
Savage.
They should be grateful to us.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
my gosh, man.
So
Well,
that was a 3-minute montage of his speech that was much longer. Did you hear him talk about the windmills?
No, I did not.
Oh, my goodness. He was talking about how China is brilliant. He's like, they build all these windmills. They build all the windmills, right? Billions of dollars, they sell them. Say, but you know what you don't see in China? He said, windmill farms. Not a single one. He said they build them, they make a lot of money, and they sell them to the stupid people. He was talking to the audience.
Where is the lie, though? Where's the lie?
There is no lie, but it's like, oh my goodness, because they are. And I'm gonna say this, especially like places like Germany. Germany got rid of their nuclear power and did all this net zero crap, wind and solar, and they can't meet their energy needs. And you know what they do? What they're doing because they can't meet their energy needs? They are hooked on Russian gas. And so they can't oppose Russia because they're afraid because Russia can cut their gas off and they're freeze because they don't produce enough energy for their own country. And it's self-inflicted. It's not that they can't. It's that they've bought into this ideology of net zero and clean energy, and they're putting these windmills up and all of this foolishness, and they can't provide their people with enough energy without being dependent on Russia. And it's like, that's just crazy. But that's what's going on. And that's what he called them out for. He said they sell them to the stupid people.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's why I was like, oh, look, we gotta transition before we play this next clip.
Oh man. There was something that you said. Oh yeah. Yeah. And remember who it was who straight up told Germany to their face what they were doing was stupid. It was Trump.
Yep.
Trump told them to their face, you deciding to depend on Russia for energy is stupid. And look at what happened.
20 years ago, I was working Homeland Defense. And in Homeland Defense, so this is post 9/11, so it's a lot of terrorism stuff, air defense stuff, but we're also focused on Russia because of nuclear threat. And so I worked with this guy, man. He was an old colonel. He had been working Russia for like 30 years. And he was talking about this in the early 2000s. And he was talking about how stupid Germany was and what Germany was doing was stupid. Because they were getting hooked on Russian gas. And if you don't know how Russia uses their resources to bully people, especially like the smaller countries around them. I think it was Georgia, the nation of Georgia, tried to like talk some smack one time and Russia just turned off the gas in the middle of winter. And so they were, and they know, then all of a sudden they started talking right. That's the position Germany is in. They have intentionally put themselves at the mercy of Russia. And also, fun fact, because not just Germany, but Europe in general, because they are hooked on Russian gas and oil, since the start of the Ukraine war, they have sent more money to Russia than they have to Ukraine. Right? So they're helping Ukraine fight Russia, but they're also funding Russia because they're buying Russian oil and gas. Because they're dependent. That's the part that Trump's talking about. It's like we're funding NATO to protect you from Russia, and you're funding Russia.
Man, so dumb.
Yeah, it's so dumb. And that's why we're losing faith in y'all because y'all are just stupid. We're just losing faith. You're not the Europe of old. You're not the brave, bold people that used to exist. You're just a bunch of globalist pansies. That's all you are.
Krista, first of all, Chris is in the house. What's up, Krista?
Whoop.
She said the German leader says that they need to go back to nuclear power. That was big,
he said that
big
yesterday
statement.
or today. Yeah. It's like, duh. How did you get to this point? These are supposed to be the smart people. These are the leaders of nations.
Yeah.
And they had to get to this point before you realize, oh, we don't produce enough of our own energy. Yeah. Buying them windmills.
Right.
From China.
Right. And y'all got the problem of these people who will go and sit in the middle of the street talking about stop oil. You know what? I think that we should stop oil just for the people who go out and block the street and sit in the street. We should stop oil for those people. Let's see how you like it.
Fun fact: did you know that China stole? Well, you're probably not surprised, but they stole the proprietary information or technology for those windmills from a U.S. company.
Oh, not surprised whatsoever.
Yeah,
I mean,
they was a big scandal. They stole the technology and then undercut the U.S. company on the global market. So that's why China sells all the windmills now, and that this U.S. company went from a multi-billion-dollar company to a tens of millions company. Yeah.
Dang, man. See, that's what they do, man. That's what they do. And the climate people just eat it right up. They eat it all up.
It's so stupid. Net zero climate change is it's
a grift.
No one believes it. They don't believe it. These people preach that stuff and they all fly to Davos on their private jets.
Straight up.
They're still buying beach houses.
Kamala Harris. She's bought a beach house.
Kamala Harris just bought a beach house. She's not worried about the climate change and erosion and the beaches and the land going away. Like I thought it was catastrophic on the horizon.
Yeah. I mean, seriously. Listen. If you ever wanted to know whether the stuff was a grift, I mean, look at old Bernie, man. Look at Bernie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bernie over here talk about he want to talk about billionaires, but like because they got more money than him. Well, I want to talk about Bernie, okay? I want to talk about Bernie. Bernie got more money than me. You got more houses than me. How about that, Bernie?
Look, man, these socialists are some of the best capitalists ever.
I'm saying. I mean, he ain't poor. I just want y'all to know that Bernie is not poor. Bernie's living a pretty good life. You know, multiple houses.
He hasn't given his money away. I'm shocked. I mean, practice what you preach, bro.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. He thought, man, he was gonna be a democratic socialist, and then he's gonna be living the.
Because it's the thing, there is no limit to how much money you can give the government.
That's right.
If you believe in the government so much, man, just give all this stuff to the government each year. Each year, man, you should have a 6-figure tax thing where you just gave money to the government to run the programs that you believe in.
Yeah, man. Or I mean, Bernie should be like he should be giving money. He should be giving money like tons by the barrel to all of these various causes. I mean, there should be no homeless people in Bernie's district.
He should move to a poor black neighborhood and live no different. And all the money he gets, he spreads it around the neighborhood. Yeah. That's what he should do.
Yeah, do it the way you talking about, Bernie. Do it the way you're talking about.
Yeah.
So we got another one, right? From old Davos.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
From Great Resetville. Let's watch it.
I think you should start at a much higher level.
Okay.
We are in Davos at the World Economic Forum. And the Trump administration and myself, we are here to make a very clear point. Globalization has failed the West and the United States of America. It's a failed policy. It is what the WEF has stood for, which is export, offshore, far shore, find the cheapest labor in the world, and the world is a better place for it. The fact is, it has left America behind. It has left the American workers behind. And what we are here to say is that America First is a different model, one that we encourage other countries to consider, which is that our workers come first. We can have policies that impact our workers. Sovereignty is your borders. You're entitled to have borders. You shouldn't offshore your medicine. You shouldn't offshore your semiconductors. You shouldn't offshore your entire industrial base and have it be hollowed out beneath you. You should not be dependent for that which is fundamental to your sovereignty on any other nation. And if you're going to be dependent on someone, it darn well better be your best allies. Okay? And so that is a different way of thinking. It is completely different than the WEF. I viewed the WEF as not a flagpole in the middle, but in fact, they are the flag. Whichever way the wind blew, so it blew. You should have solar, you should have wind. Why are you going to do solar and wind? Why would Europe agree to be net zero in 2030 when they don't make a battery? They don't make a battery. So if they go 2030, they are deciding to be subservient to China, who makes the batteries. Well, I think you should start at a much...
I mean, look.
Now, I know you had some thoughts.
You
had some thoughts on this.
I do have some thoughts that I would say that let me start by saying this. He's making a lot of sense with a lot of what he's saying, right? I'm gonna give him that. And there are many things that he's saying. He's right. You can't decide that you are going to outsource things that are critical to your nation being able to remain sovereign and functional, and expect that to work. You want to remain a sovereign nation, you can't do that. He called out some of the stuff we just talked about. Europe over here are buying windmills, right? You don't make any batteries. You don't make batteries. So you make yourself subservient to China. We've already seen how Germany has made themselves subservient to Russia because they have this climate religion that's not based in fact. It's not based in scientific fact. And so that doesn't make sense. The part where I think I disagree with him is, and I don't even entirely disagree with him on this part.
I think it's the first part of his statement is where you had issue, where he started off.
I have an issue with him, basically saying that globalization, being able to go to any country in the world and get labor is bad. And yes and no. Okay? Yes and no. If you are going and getting certain types of labor from another country, I think free market perspective, you should be able to do that, right? You should be able to do that. As long as you're not creating a national security risk, you should be able to do that. I think that the federal government, we've talked about before, federal government has the right and responsibility to protect national security. And if by your commerce you are creating a national security problem for the United States, the government has the right to intervene. But my concern is that the way that they talk, I know that who they're trying to go after are all the companies who decided to offshore a ton of labor to get super cheap labor at mass scale in places like India, in places like Mexico, et cetera. And I've worked in corporate America and seen the effects of a company deciding that they are going to offshore a massive part of their functions over to India. I've seen it firsthand.
if I call that help center one more time, and can't understand the person on the other end, and he tell me his name is Devin, I'm like, that is not your name.
Man, I had a call this week. And this dude, I could barely understand him. The audio quality on the call was awful. Okay. It was terrible. And this man said his name is Peter. And I'm like, bro, your name is not Peter. Your name is not Peter. Like, that dude he's either in Pakistan or he's in India.
Or India.
That accent was so thick. I was like, my man.
And this is the thing. I don't mind the foreign accent, but when I can't understand you, when it's so thick, I can't understand. I don't want. Yeah, that's the frustrating part. And I know that's just like call center stuff. That's not even talking about like actual labor, but it just frustrates me when I call and I can't understand the person on the other end. That's just
it's real labor. I mean, that's labor because you have to have people. You have to have people in the call center. And the argument that a Secretary Lutnick would make is you're taking those jobs away from Americans, because people do have to sit there and do that job all day. So I would say that the part of the problem that we have is that I actually think that the minimum wage causes an issue there. And if anybody's read Thomas Sowell talks about this, how the minimum wage actually it destroys opportunity more than it protects people. And so minimum wage actually makes it to where it can be difficult to hire people. Now, minimum wage is still pretty low. But the issue in a lot of places is that people have decided, oh, okay, this looks way better on the balance sheet. We're going to sacrifice quality to offshore this labor. We don't care because financially it's better. I think that there's an opportunity there, and if we're going to operate with free markets, there should be that's an opportunity. You got American workers, and you have people who really know what they're doing, and I'm not saying that people who are offshore don't know what they're doing. I mean, heck, most of my team is offshore. Most of my team is in Africa, but I'm thinking as the company begins to grow, I don't have this desire to just keep building up an offshore team. I think about this the way that, when you have, man, you driving around with certain kind of tires on, and I've got a pretty good team. I'm very thankful for them. But there is an element, there's time zone difference. There is a language barrier. I can only put really like one of my people on a call with the client. The other folks I couldn't put them on a call with the client. There's a language barrier. And I realized like, hey, this can only work so far. The kind of experience that I want to be able to provide, the level of quality experience I want to be able to provide, we're working towards like affording Americans. We want to be able to afford Americans. But what I'm concerned with is that a Secretary Lutnick would try to enact some of their, the way that they talk about tariffs, et cetera. They're like, oh, okay, you're going to hire these folks over here. We're going to tariff you, or we're going to make it where you can't do it at all. Or we're going to tax the crap out of you, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Same thing as tariff. But I'm just like, dude, there has to be a way to deal with the mass offshoring of labor that could be here. Because I'll be honest, like I've experienced some stuff where it's like, yo, like we got this like massive team. These people got this massive team in India or whatever, and like you could probably do this job with like 2 or 3 Americans. Like you don't need this massive Indian team to get this job done. You need like 2 or 3 people who are really, really, really skilled at what they do over here, and they could do the same work and do it at higher level of quality. And that's not. Yeah, I'm not saying Indian people are dumb. I'm not saying that, right? Like, I'm just saying that when you do that over there, you're generally getting a lower level of quality of work.
Yeah, and if you're going to you're talking about cheap labor, you're not dealing with a high level Indian people, right? You're not dealing with the people that's coming over here at H-1Bs getting engineering jobs. That's not who you're dealing with.
And those are very smart people, by the way. Very smart people.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so I don't think the the target is stuff like call centers and like the stuff you're doing. I think it's actual labor, like manufacturing, building things. Like these small Midwest towns that used to have this factory that everybody worked at and had a career and a pension that's now in Mexico. That's the stuff they're talking about. Actual building and making things. And in America, we stopped doing a lot of that. And they're trying to get back to it. And they did it because of globalist agendas, because of we put in policies that incentivized our companies to do that. I mean, Trump talked about when he ran the first time. Right. And he was like, yeah, I know I did. He said, I did it because it was smart for me to do it. You know, the government incentivized companies to offshore their manufacturing by giving them low tariffs on the way in. Right. And so, and, you know, you hear the, what was that song that went viral? That guy, just a nobody name with a banjo man made that song that went viral.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The rich man north of Richmond.
Yeah, rich man north of Richmond. And that's what they're talking about. These people, these rich people made decisions that affected these people's lives. And they didn't care about the working class. They didn't care about rural Midwest America. They didn't care about any of those. They cared about their profits. And the people in D.C. made moves to that basically said, you know, screw the American worker. And now you got a drug problem. You got an alcohol problem. You got these towns like, you know, Gary, Indiana, that used to be, you know, boom. And they just went down. Why? What happened? We signed international trade deals that sent stuff overseas. And now people don't have jobs, right? Blue collar jobs. No, you white collar, you're good, you know. But the blue collar stuff, that's what we're talking about. You know, that's not a minimum wage type job. That is a $25, $30 hour type job. You're working at a manufacturing plant. It's hard labor, you know, but it was a good living. And it was something you can raise a family on and things like that. That's what people are talking about. That's what people want back. I don't think they're worried about the call center, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
so we're gonna deal with Peter. We got to keep dealing with Peter.
Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. But you know, I think about that. I think about that, and so, you know, basically what you mean is when you say real labor, you mean physical labor.
Yes.
So I hear you. I hear you. I think that there is an issue with us offshoring all of our manufacturing. There's definitely an issue with that. And I do think that there's this sort of, you know, there's this kind of dance of responsibility for the security of a nation, you know, us being able to build, you know, us being able to source our own food, you know, energy, et cetera. That, you know, these are very important things. And I think that there are some things that, for instance, like, you know, we've talked about this before. President Obama asked Tim Cook, hey, what's it going to take to bring iPhone manufacturing back to the United States?
Yeah.
And the problem is we don't have the people to do it. Like,
yeah.
You know, so like, you know, if President Trump and Howard Lutnick say, hey, y'all can't make the iPhone overseas anymore. iPhone's got to be made in America. You know, the next thing that Tim Cook is going to say, okay, where's the workforce?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Ooh, that brings me to another point. Brings me to a whole nother point. Because people got upset with Elon and Vivek when they started talking about why they have H-1Bs, right, why they bring in people in the tech industry. And he's like, America doesn't have the talent.
Right.
It just doesn't have enough of it.
Right.
Right. And people got offended because he said a lot of harsh things about American culture. And they were harsh, but they were true.
They were true.
He's like, look, in America culture, you value the jock over the nerd.
Yep.
you, you value the prom king and prom queen and the head cheerleader
Yep.
over the valedictorian.
Yep. That's
and
right.
So what people aspire to be, what they're motivated by, like American culture does not say, hey, go out, be really smart, work really hard, forget the football game, and just grind. And he's like, y'all don't do that. Now, not as a there's some, but not as a culture.
Right.
A lot of these cultures, these other cultures, they do that. Success and achievement is mandatory. I think I might have told this story before, but it was this girl. She was Nigerian, and she was in the States. And it's not a long story, but she talked about how she graduated high school. Her parents didn't come. She graduated her bachelor's. Her parents didn't come. She got a master's degree. Her parents didn't show up. She got her PhD. They showed up. They finally came to her graduation, and her dad said, "Now you've accomplished something." Like, so we could talk about pros and cons, that good or bad, but in terms of this mindset of high achievement and high academic achievement, America doesn't have a lot of it. We just don't.
Yeah.
And it's just not as a culture. Yes, there are families, there are pockets, there are great schools and great kids that are really smart, but the culture isn't driven by it,
Yeah.
But in a lot of these countries, they have a culture of it, and the culture is driven by it, and you're expected to do it, and they're producing a lot of engineers and a lot of really talented, people in STEM fields. And yeah, we're bringing them over here because, like Tim Cook said, we don't have the talent here to build the iPhone. We don't have the skill set in the workforce anymore. And that's
manufacturing. Like that's not the white collar part. That's the manufacturing, like literally putting the phones together. That is what we don't have the skills for. Like we got white collar in droves. We got engineering and we got engineers and stuff. Now we don't have some of the higher level stuff. You've seen, like, we don't have enough researchers. When you look at, we've talked about before, when you look at when we're talking about AI jobs, like not people using AI to do stuff, but the people actually building the AI, the actual AI itself, the actual computer scientists make the AI. We don't have enough of those, right? And the problem Vivek was pointing out is we were talking about exactly that. Natalie, I see, you're saying here that, you don't agree. Like we're not saying, like, the engineers, we have engineers. We don't have things to build the things that the engineers design, but like, we don't have people to do that part. That's the problem that we have is that, the people who design the iPhone, if there are things
I'll say, not to cut you off, but I'll say this too, because I work in academia. I deal with a lot of engineers. Americans are getting their bachelor's and saying, "Hey, where's my job?" These other people are staying to get a master's, they're getting a PhD, they're doing research, they're developing stuff. We just want to do a bachelor's and say, "Hey, where's my job?" These people are going beyond that. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. It is not the same. It is not the same.
That's a good point. I think that part of the problem that we have is we don't value making things enough. If you think about what it was like, at least what it was like for me when I was coming up through school, right? Coming up through school in the 80s and 90s, right?
Oh, you old.
like Kevin Hart and Don Cheadle. So coming up through school in the 80s and 90s. Dang.
Like, what? About the late 1900s?
Late 1900s, right. Exactly. Like, I'm just saying that like, when I was coming up, if you didn't go to college, right? If you didn't go to college, then you were seen as not aiming high enough. Everybody was supposed to go to college, right? And we got to this point where we valued the white collar worker and looked down on the blue collar worker.
That is true.
That was absolutely the culture when I went to school. When I went to school, and everybody I knew, if you weren't going to college, you were basically you were like, I mean, you were just phoning it in. That was the way that it was looked at. And the idea, if you said that you wanted to be a mechanic, they'd be like, oh no, you need to go to college. You need to learn how to design the cars. They're like, you shouldn't be a mechanic. Well, then, like you said you wanted to be a plumber. You said you want to make cars, right? Like that wasn't celebrated anymore. It wasn't celebrated anymore. And we by our culture created like 2 or 3 generations of people who don't do that stuff. I mean, it is what it is. And so I think that's part of the problem that we have. And there's no policy that is going to solve that problem right now. We're talking about a 20 to 30 year problem potentially of being able to have the people, the workforce that knows how to make stuff again. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am wrong. I hope it doesn't take that long, but it's not a now fix.
Yeah, no, it's not. And I've seen other companies do this. What you would have to do is you got to open a plant here, but you got to bring the workforce from overseas to train the Americans on how to do it for a few years before they can bounce out and go back and basically just train their jobs away. But that's what you got to do, because you just can't open a plant and say we're hiring today, bring a bunch of Americans in, and they got to bring outside people in to train the new American workers on how to do the job. And I've seen other companies do that. It can happen. That's just how it has to happen.
I don't think they have to train themselves out of jobs. It's like, hey, you came over here to train folk, you can stay. But I mean, like I say, let them stay. I mean, that's a vastly smaller number of people than and more jobs are being created here. I think it's a good solution. I think it's a good solution to say, hey, look, if you're in these industries are critical to national security, and we need to have very good definitions around that, because I can see how administrations could fudge around with that and bend it to get what they want. So there would have to be a law would have to be passed. That needs to be Congress's job, not the executive branch's job at all. That needs to be Congress's job. But we could say, hey, if it's in these industries, it has to be made here. It is a national security interest. We cannot outsource this. And
that's what they're doing with like semiconductors and stuff like that. That's what they're doing.
And I think I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. And you can say, oh no, we're gonna bring in people to train, to teach. Those people want to stay. Cool, you earned it. You came and you taught our people. You earned it. But like you're not coming and taking American intellectual property. We're not allowing those people to come from certain countries, right? If you're from China, semiconductor, not coming near it. Not coming near it. No. You can't be trusted. Unless you're going to
I can tell you right now, the university I work for has seen a massive drop in the number of potential Chinese students trying to get in. Yeah. Because the administration's made a point to deter it. So, yeah.
Because look at what China has done. Look at what they've done. Yeah. How many companies they've stolen their intellectual property. Kevin O'Leary talks about that stuff all the time. He's talked about, he's like, nah, we need 400% tariffs on them. He's like 200% ain't enough. We need 400% because they don't play by the rules. It's like, if you're gonna, he's like, I don't like us putting tariffs on these other countries. but with China, he's like, tariff the crap out of them. They steal from us all the time, and then take our stuff. Make
I told you about that windmill company.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at that. Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for that. So I think there are smart solutions to this stuff. I don't want us to continue to go in a populist direction on that. I want a free market solution because I think that is in the spirit of freedom. Free markets are in the spirit of freedom. Free markets raise people out of poverty.
Free markets in the way there's no globalist free market is what I'm saying. We're saying free market in America, and the other countries weren't saying free market.
Right. Yeah. I would say that one of the things is that a lot of these other countries, they don't have free markets. And you know what? One of the problems that they have, like the reason that they don't have, I mean, there are multiple reasons. Okay. There are cultural reasons, but one of the problems is not having a free market. That country, they don't have a free market there. They tariff the crap out of anything coming in, and all that stuff. And it's hard for entrepreneurs and smart people to make it to succeed in their own country because that country does not have free market and they don't have policies that support the upward mobility of their citizens. And so they leave. What is her name? Magate Wade. Magate Wade she's African, and she's all over the place right now. She's done stuff with Prager, but she's African, and she's talking about this. She's like, the reason that all the smart people leave Africa is because African countries make it impossible to start a business and to succeed over there. They make it almost impossible to do anything over there. So that's why we basically lose all of the people who would lift our economy. They just leave. And that's what's happening in a lot of other countries. Those people just leave and they come here. That's what they do. Yeah. And then but we have the problem of shipping too much stuff over. So, look, man, I don't like the populist stuff. I want it to be better structured. I want it to have a free market guardrails on it, but I do think there are ways to do this in a constitutional way that is in the spirit of freedom, but also not selling away our national security.
Yeah, I think it's two things. I think it's national security, and I think it's. I know you call it protectionism, but it is prioritizing your own workforce. I mean, we can't. Our government can't continuously make policies that screw over our own workforce.
So so that's a good distinction, right? That's a good distinction, right? So there should not be policies that incentivize you, right? It should be, and I don't know enough about NAFTA to know whether or not there are things in there like there were tax breaks if you sent stuff overseas as opposed to doing it here, right?
It was just low tariffs. It was just low tariffs. So you go, Mexico has cheap labor.
Yeah.
You take your plant and you go put it in Mexico, and we're not gonna really tariff you when you bring the imports back in. That's what was killing that was all the incentive companies needed to go offshore. It's cheap labor, and the government's not going to charge me a whole lot to ship it in. That's what the government agreed to do, and who got screwed over in that? The American worker.
Sure. Yep. And I've seen. I mean, I come from South Carolina. I come from Greenville. Greenville's a manufacturing town.
Greenville in the house.
Greenville, as they say. Greenville, you can see areas of Greenville that, it was a manufacturing town, and I got to see sort of a comeback, a manufacturing comeback there, because BMW has their plant there. Michelin, their North American headquarters are there. And so, there are a lot of certain BMWs that are really popular in America actually get made in Greenville, South Carolina. Which is cool, right?
Yeah.
But part of the issue, I think, is us saying like, all right, it's about protecting the American worker, or it's about us prioritizing the American worker. I think that trying to force companies to choose American workers, I struggle with that being the answer, because I don't look at that very much different than trying to force somebody to choose an electric car over a gas car. You got to make the electric car better. You have to make it so that they want to choose. You have to make it that they want to choose the electric car over the gas car. And I think that
I don't think that's how labor works. It's just cheap. What's cheap? It's about money. It's the bottom line is money. It's not about, you can't be better.
I mean, but if you look at, you have so many people in the MAGA movement, and in the OG America First movement, not the white nationalist America First movement, that they're against the H-1B. Now, and they say, oh, people just do the H-1B. They just do the H-1B to avoid having to pay an American worker full wage, right? But also, those H-1Bs are us bringing people in. H-1B is supposed to be us bringing people in that
and critical need.
Critical need. And so my issue is that with the populist way of talking about this, which is swaying public opinion, the populist way
I know where you're going.
doesn't make these distinctions. It doesn't make these distinctions. No, and we have to do better than that. And that's the issue. That's the critique I have of the administration, is they're not making these distinctions.
No, I know what you're saying, because I have problems with we just need to hire American workers and no one else should be allowed in. And we just, that's the protectionism that you're talking about that I agree with. Right. This idea that it just has to be American workers. No, I'm just saying we can't make policies that incentivizes U.S. companies to offshore all their manufacturing labor.
Right.
It's just the government incentivized it and said, go do it.
Right.
And I'm like, you can't do that, especially when other countries aren't doing the same thing. So put it like this. We have a lot of auto companies in America, right? Honda, Toyota, like it's all these incentives to come over here, and they build vehicles here, but those vehicles are for America. They aren't building vehicles here and then exporting them to Japan. Like no one else is doing that. We are the ones that are letting our own companies go somewhere else, build a thing, use cheap labor, and then bring it in. Like no one else is doing that. So when I say no one else is doing free market, that's what I'm talking about. We're the suckers, and no other country is doing that to their own people.
I will say, we look at some of our cars here as like, oh, that's an American car, like, not a big deal. And then over there, that car is like a luxury item, right? They probably tariff that junk.
I went to Germany. I could not believe how expensive Levi jeans were.
Right.
Bro.
Tariff.
I'm like, I need to go buy me some Levi jeans and just bring them back over here and just black market.
Just hawk them. Hawk them.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, you're right that those countries, a lot of those countries don't really do free market. We had somebody in the chat say that, it was Deidre. Deidre said, free market is Christian worldview. Yeah, absolutely right, because it's about freedom. It's about freedom, and we believe that you shouldn't be able to bind a man in ways that are unnecessary, and really hinder his freedom, his God-given freedom. And so I think that, when I think about the whole problem of like, oh, you're gonna go open up a factory in Mexico, and you're basically gonna shutter American factories, and you're just gonna have the stuff made in Mexico. I'm like, okay, let's think about this. What is, most of us don't feel great about that, right? But we can't make policy off of feelings. And so if we don't feel great about that, but we want to maintain our American principles of freedom, how do we deal with this bad behavior? How do we deal with the bad behavior while not curtailing freedom? That's the question that I have. I don't have a solution other than, you know, making rules about you can't do that if it is an area of particular national security interest, right? Like, I don't have an answer outside of that, but I do think that we have to have an answer for how we deal with that bad behavior when somebody just decides, like, oh yeah, I've got the money to invest in literally just building a factory somewhere else and getting cheap labor in that country and then just importing the goods back in. You know, yeah, what do you do with that? That's the question.
You tax them. You tariff.
I think that's an answer. Yeah,
yeah.
I think there should be because the government. I've said this before. The United States government, because of our military and because of us securing trade routes throughout the world, the American government is providing value in that chain, and the American government deserves a take for that. And so I think that taxation is legit. The level, obviously, there's levels, right? Other countries screw their own prosperity by taxing too much. But I think that the American government absolutely earns a tax on that, for sure.
And I don't know, because I can't think of a single Mexican company that builds or manufactures something in America, then exports it back to Mexico.
Right.
I don't know a single one. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be one I don't know about. But only American companies seem to be doing that. Like I said, we get foreign companies come over here and build stuff, but it's for the American market. It's not to export back to their own countries. That's where it's got to stop.
Well, I will say that Germany is building, I think the SUV, like the BMW SUVs, they are built here, and I think they're actually shipped back to Germany. I may be wrong about that, but I think that the X platform cars, they actually do build them here and ship them back.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I think you are, just because I know when I was in Germany, a German spec BMW is different than an American spec BMW.
That doesn't mean they still don't build it here. They could still build the German spec and still ship it back over.
Yeah, they could, but I don't know if they're building two different specs here. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're building American cars, and so,
you know, I got to get this Gemini up. You know, that's what I got to do now, right?
Oh yeah. I know most companies, when they come over here and build automobiles, it's for the American market. They're taking them across the country in trucks. They're not putting them on ships and taking them somewhere else.
Right, for the most part, absolutely. Yeah, that would be the exception. What I mentioned would be the exception for sure.
Yeah,
you're totally right. The rule is that they build them for the American market, and I think I think that I do think there's an answer. I think there's an answer. But this is the kind of stuff that I would like. This is the kind of stuff I would like for Congress to work on.
I would say tax incentives is a way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, because that's how we get these foreign companies to come in. We say, hey, here's a huge tax incentive to build a plant here, right? We can do the same thing for American companies.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
And because they're going to have higher labor costs here, and we want them to be here, so we give them huge tax cuts.
Dude, the taxes that you have to pay to have an American employee, man, the taxes you have to pay are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I think you're right, man. I think you incentivize people to hire American when you lower the barrier to entry for small business owners like me. You lower the barrier to entry. I mean, I want to hire American. I want to.
Yeah.
The idea right now, the idea right this minute of me even being able to afford an American secretary.
Bro, the idea of a employment tax is ridiculous.
It's stupid.
It's so stupid.
I mean, when I tell you I loathe it, I hate it. I hate it.
Yes. Look, man, when we're in charge, when we're president and vice president, we're gonna change all of that.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna make sure on the way we got people that we're gonna get in Congress, so they make sure they pass our bills.
Hey, I'm reading the comments. Katie talking about her American Eagles because she has good genes. Now, Katie, I'm gonna go and tell you, you got to recreate the commercial now. You said it. You got to go and recreate the Sydney Sweeney commercial on the car. You got to do it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh man,
that's hilarious.
And then she's got to do the Sydney Sweeney face.
The look.
Yeah, the when I have something to say about that, you'll hear about it. Oh man, that needs to be I need that. I need that GIF. I need that GIF. I need to be able to bring that GIF up. I need that.
Yeah. But man, what else we got tonight? What, we ready to move on to what the X?
What the X, man? Let's see what's going on X. What the X is going on? Okay, man, we got what's going on in this chat, man?
Katie at the bottom, last comment.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh,
okay. She said she could do the face.
No, keep going.
Oh my gosh. All right.
About Matt hollering.
Oh, that's Future. That's Future. What Future
Oh,
say?
yeah, that's Future.
So I can hear Matt hollering, what in the fresh heck are you doing rolling all over the car, Katie? Oh, my gosh. That's right.
Oh.
That's right. Oh, my goodness, man. That is hilarious. I can only imagine the look on Matt's face when he comes and sees Katie rolling all over the car. Like, listen, what are you doing right now? What are you doing?
She's like, I got good genes.
I got good genes. Like, listen, you wrecking my car. Woman, you wrecking my car. Man, I don't know why my window is looking like this. I don't know what happened here. This thing acting crazy.
It is.
Yeah, that is weird, man. What is happening right now? Let me see. What? Oh, I know what's happening. Oh, it's my Gemini, man. It was Gemini. I had Gemini up there. I was trying to talk to Gemini. That was the problem. All right.
Okay.
So this is Ice. This is Ice.
And I don't know if y'all have seen this picture going around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you go ahead and explain because I can't read it.
Yeah, so basically Hillary Clinton over here posting, talking about ICE detains 5-year-old Minnesota boy. School leader says agents used him as bait. Oh, so I don't know if y'all have heard about the situation where ICE showed up at a guy's house. He's here legally, or he was. I don't know if he's still here. He had a criminal record. And part of his criminal record was domestic abuse. Basically, the media and many people on the left have been saying that they used the boy as bait to lure the father out. And so the father they're saying the father was in the house, and that they used his 5-year-old son as bait. They threatened to detain the son in order to get the father to come out so he could get arrested by ICE. And that is not what happened. So I'll read what ICE said here. This is an abject lie. The child was abandoned by his father, a criminal illegal alien from Ecuador who fled from our officers. Our officers ensured the child was safe. Does your heart also ache for the thousands of families who have lost loved ones to violent, criminal, illegal alien murderers. You haven't tweeted about those angel families once. Right. So, the real situation was ICE showed up. This father who, like I said before, is a criminal who was also wanted on many charges, including domestic abuse and domestic violence. He literally fled and he left his son. He abandoned his son.
Yep.
And so the ICE agents knew that the father was wanted for domestic abuse, and they were trying to make sure the little boy was safe. They weren't threatening to detain the boy so that they could get the father out. They were actually trying to make sure that he was okay because they knew what kind of man his father is. So it's a straight up lie. Hillary Clinton's like retweeting this junk. It's just stupid. It's stupid.
It is. And this isn't the first. So this is just a still shot. There was another video a couple of weeks ago where the ICE agents had the kid and the people were in the house screaming at the ICE agent. ICE was like, come out. And people were saying they were using the kid as a hostage bait. And it's like, ICE rolled up and the adults run. That's what happens.
Right.
ICE roll up, the adults take off running, and they leave the kids.
They left the boy.
You know? And then the octaves are, or the optics are, oh, look what ICE is doing with these kids. It's like, no, the parents are running and leaving the kids, you know, because they're not taking the kids, picking up the kids and running. They are taking off running and leaving the kid behind.
That's right. That's exactly right. Sir Scripter, drink coffee. She said they should be legally forced to retract the proven lies. I mean, I'm saying that that when the truth comes out, you know, which you know they've stated the truth. I don't know if they would win in court. I wonder if they could sue for defamation. I mean, this does seem like the kind of thing that they could sue for defamation, sue for potentially sue for libel, because it's just not true. So you got Hillary Clinton out here putting this nonsense out here. You got all these people basically saying that this is what happened. If it's a lie, you should issue a retraction. They should be able to send you a cease and desist and demand a retraction. And if you don't do that, you should be able to get sued. I think they should be able to do that because you telling lies, and it's been debunked. So the issue here is that Hillary's tweet was just 10 hours ago. Okay, 10 hours ago. So that was what, noon today? She tweeted this at noon today. This has been debunked for how many days now? I think it might be a week that this has been debunked.
I don't know.
I think it might have been a week. I heard the truth about this last week.
I'm gonna get Hillary a pass. You know, she's old. She's on social media. She don't know what she's doing. She's just old woman.
I need Sydney Sweeney face for this right here. Sydney Sweeney face. Listen, no. I'm pretty sure I heard the truth about this last week. It's been known. And she tweeted this out, or whoever her social media people are. She probably throws lamps at them too.
Look, I've worked with two coworkers in my career who were in the administration when Clinton was in office, and they have stories. I
don't doubt it.
No one liked her.
Right. Right. I mean, I heard she's a very, very, very actually nasty person, as Trump likes to say. Very, very nasty.
Very nasty person.
I actually think she is
a nasty the stories
person.
I've heard is yes.
Yeah.
Like I say, and these were people who worked in the White House. Very close.
This right here, to tweet this out noon today, when it's known that this is false, is just like it. This is an example of how disingenuous and just absolutely they don't care. They don't care if it's true. if they know they got the juice behind the momentum behind the narrative, they're gonna keep pushing.
Yeah, absolutely. What is true doesn't matter. It's
doesn't
just
matter.
The narrative. Control the narrative. That's all it is.
Like the very fine people on both sides.
Yes.
I mean that one's
Barack Obama is still saying it.
Still saying that junk.
It's been debunked, and he's still saying it. Yep.
He knows it's false.
Yep.
He should get sued too. He should catch them legal hands.
Hey man, calm down, man. You trying to get disappeared? Can't mess the cleanse, man.
Word, yeah.
Can't mess the cleanse,
man. Make him say, All
right, man. What else we got on with the X? There we
go. So we got we had some arrests. So I don't know if y'all heard about the protest in the church where Don Lemon basically went in there with a bunch of BLM protesters and disrupted a church service in Minnesota, which is actually illegal. It's harassment.
They found out.
Yeah, you can't just roll up on a church service. So this is what that's referring to. So let's watch this video.
All these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No! Jesus would dine with immigrants. Do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Hey, you can't.
You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians, but we know you live an easy life. All these comfortable white people who are living.
So that guy got arrested today.
Woo!
Federal charges coming. The FBI went and picked him up. Him and the two black women who were the ringleaders of the organization also got picked up.
Yup.
And
oh man. Oh.
I heard they're trying to bring charges on Don Lemon, but that's being blocked and held up. I've heard. Because he kind of has a pass because he's a journalist.
He was a journalist. That mug ain't no journalist anymore.
I agree. But the courts have to weigh the ramifications of charging him. Because then you have other. Yeah.
I think I think that like there ought to be a line because he was in there basically arguing with the pastor and all that stuff. Like
he came with those people. It wasn't.
He did. He came in there. They expressed that they didn't want him there. And they stayed. They made it very clear they wanted him to leave. They stayed. I think they should be able to get him on that. I don't even think that being a journalist.
He also, he wasn't there. He wasn't neutral.
Correct.
He was clearly on the side. He was clearly on the side of the protesters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they should be able to get him. There's probably.
I hope they do.
Recourse.
I hope they do.
Oh man, that'd be amazing. Oh my gosh,
it would be.
It'd be incredible.
It would be.
It'd be incredible.
All right. What's the last thing on What the X?
Oh no. Oh.
Okay. All right. So I'll set this up. For those who don't know, Joel Webbin. This guy's name is Joel Webbin, and he had made a post on X that he's generally against interracial marriage, and this led to a debate. And so it was him and two guys on one side of the argument, and they debated these other two guys on is interracial marriage against God's normative design for peoples, nations, and cultures, or something like that. And Joel Webbin lost that debate. And in this video, he's going to tell you not that he lost, but why it appears to be that he lost. And so if you can just play the video, we'll find out.
I know, man. Future in the chat. She's like, no. Oh man, I'm out of I have no alcohol to drink. I'm out of water. I got nothing to help me get through this Joel Webbin video. So I'm suffering with you, Future. I'm suffering with you. Oh.
I would say out of 10 people, 9 people who thought we lost the debate. If you follow their accounts and you know who those people are, probably about a 90 to 110 IQ. And then 1 out of 10
That's very generous.
who thought that we won the debate also coincidentally happened to be guys with 130 IQ plus. I would say out of 10 people, 9 people who...
So for those who don't know, 130 IQ is like the level of what you would categorize as a genius. This is very high IQ. So 130 is that cutoff. So you got to be genius level person to agree that Webbin won the debate. Otherwise, your IQ is just too low. You don't really understand the complexities of his arguments, and yeah, that I and so he lost 9-1. Right, 90% of the people think he lost, but it's only because their IQs are too low. Yeah. And so I want to prove his thesis right. And so I went and took an IQ test. I'm like, I think he lost. I have no idea what my IQ is. I've never done a test. So I went and did a test just to see. And his hypothesis was right. It was. I'm below 130, and I think he lost. I'm like, God, he got me. I only scored a 128. I'm like, so clearly his hypothesis is accurate. I cannot understand the complexities of Joel Webbin's arguments. It's just so far over my head,
man. Yeah,
and I'm just swinging from trees out here, running around barefoot, just Neanderthal like. Just kidding.
Robert Bosch said is that IQ stand for idiot.
That's
bullshit.
right, Bob. Exactly.
Oh man.
But it's like the arrogance.
Yes.
And then you hear his when he's saying, the people that say he lost had a 90 to 110 IQ, and then one of his little cheerleaders over there said that's being generous. I'm like, man, come on, man. His arguments were so bad. It's so bad. They got destroyed. They got destroyed in that debate.
I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if I can make myself sit through that. I don't know if I can do it. I will say that when I watched the Corey Mahler James White debate, that was literally like watching James White debate somebody who's like mentally cognitively challenged. Like it was like it was that bad. Like,
and this is what I've said too. The white Christian nationalists have had 2 debates, and the topics have been: is interracial marriage against God's normative design, and can black people be as sanctified as white people? That tells you everything you need to know about the movement. That right there. That's where they are. That is what their debates are centered around.
Right.
Yeah.
And for Joel Webbin keeps talking about, these people call me a racist and they say this and that, and it's just mean, and it's just uncharitable. And I'm like, listen, man, if you say uncharitable one more time,
my goodness,
that's their favorite thing to bring up. It's just uncharitable. Dude, can we play your podcast back? Let's play your podcast back. We'll talk about being charitable.
And then this is the other thing. Him and other guys will not speak ill of Corey Mahler.
They will not touch him.
Is a flat out racist.
Straight up neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they will not speak ill of him.
They will not do it. Stephen Wolf, like, rolls with Mahler, be agreeing with him online on X. Listen, All I'm saying is these guys have shown you what their true colors are. I don't care how eloquent they are. Let me tell you what, Joel Webbin, the people who have 130 IQ can definitely see through your crap.
Oh, because then this one guy on X said, "Hey, good news, Joel. I have a IQ over 130, and you lost." And you know what his response was? He moved the goalpost. He was like, "But what are your T levels?" Now you talking about testosterone? Like, come on, man. These guys, man. And so my point is, not only have they had two ridiculous arguments, debates that are just, the topics of them themselves are just ridiculous, but they've lost both of them in such a fashion that it's like, y'all claim to be so smart, you're so evolved, you're so intelligent, and y'all again destroyed on these. First of all, you bring in these horrible old arguments, and you're just getting destroyed, and you can't see it. That's what's amazing. They can't see their own foolishness.
Yeah.
Because they lack humility.
Right.
They lack humility.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's an understatement. I mean, these guys are insanely smug. It is pretty impressive, the level of smugness that they have attained.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
It is.
Yeah. So, man, I think that we've given Joel Webbin all the airtime that we need to.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. I think it's maybe time to have a little fun. Maybe time to have a little fun. You know what I'm talking about?
Let's do it. Yep. Let's
Y'all know
guess
what time
the
it is.
chart.
Let's go. It's time to guess the charge. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? I mean, it's some mug shots in here that just, it's special. It's some special mug shots up in here. So so we got a couple for y'all tonight. All right, so y'all want to look at this lady. What did she do? What did this lady do, man?
It don't matter. Whatever it is, she did it.
She definitely did it, man. Whatever it was, she did it. I'm just saying.
Yep. I love coming across these, man. Every time I come across one of these, I'm like, oh, I'm putting it in. I'm saving it.
Oh my goodness. And Christy, you are absolutely right. Kevin's internet is behaving. He fed the hamsters. He fed the hamsters right before we jumped on. He gave them hamsters some real good kibble, man. The kibble was like, it tasted like steak, man. Them hamsters running.
Stalking. She stole jeans. Good. She stole good jeans.
So my gosh.
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh my goodness, man. Grand Theft Auto.
Man.
Oh snap! Ashley Smith
definitely got an X somehow. She does look like that.
She does
look like
like
he deserved it. You know,
like took somebody out. Took somebody out. She is the crazy ex-girlfriend. That's what Chris is saying.
And that could be the context for these charges. I will say that.
I that's exactly what, when I saw the picture and I saw the charges, I was thinking to myself, yeah, she got a dude. She got a dude, you know. I'm not gonna give it away, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think we got all our guesses in. So
yeah.
This could be related to ex-girlfriend crazy stuff. So her charges are assault and battery 3rd degree.
Yeah.
So yeah. It could be. But it could be she jumped on the other girl as well.
It's true.
So it don't have to be the guy.
It does.
Whatever she did, she'll do it again.
That is absolutely right. Like when you said when her picture came up and you said whatever it was, she definitely did that junk. Like you are absolutely right. Like there is no doubt in my mind. Like that picture.
If she
right
got
there,
a public defender, he saw her mug shot and was like, man, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I can't win this case.
like he got in that room. He got in that room and started talking to her, and he's like, okay, listen, what you got for me? You got to give me something. You got to give me something to work with here. Did he push you? Did he do something? You got to give me something to work with. She was like, oh no, he didn't have a chance. He didn't get no push in. I hit that ball with a baseball bat, and then I started going to work. He's like, oh, you going to jail for life.
I mean, that look, man, is crazy. That's diabolical. Like, that is no remorse.
She made him quit. She made him quit.
Whatever she did to her, it was completely worth it.
What Sir Scripture said, I think she got him. You can see that her face is untouched. Whoever it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Whoever it was,
him.
They caught it. Whoever it was, they got. Man. This devilment in my eyes, man. Devilment. All right, let's go.
All right.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, man, I jumped a little bit when I saw it. I was like, hey.
And if you can figure that is a she. It is a she. So what do you guys think she did?
Man. Dang.
Jump scare.
Straight up, man. Yo.
Yeah. Scared. Yeah, you're right. Because when I saw it, I was scrolling. I was like, whoa. Oh, yeah, this is going in. Because without even knowing the charges, I'm like, yeah, this one's going in against the charge. Because that's just.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, so. All right. Oh man! Oh my gosh! Impersonating a Target employee.
I didn't even see that one. Oh man!
Violence. I will say, I will say that the eyes. Okay, the eyes communicate violence. The eyes definitely communicate violence. Like. She's looking at me like that. I'm trying to get distance. I'm trying to see what I can put in between me and her. Like, let's see, ran a daycare center.
Can you imagine dropping your kids off?
Yo, no. The moment that lady comes out and she got them eyes looking like that and the neck tattoo, I'm like, oh, like the van door opening, she comes out the front and I just, the van door's closing and we driving off. You're like, oh, well, guess you're coming to work with me.
No, I'm dropping my kid off. You know why? Number one, I know there ain't gonna be no games played. There's gonna be straight, and then my kid gonna be happy to come home. I'm the good one. You gotta think, man. You gotta think, man.
Kev like, you gotta use your brain. Nah, listen, y'all. I thought I understood. I thought I knew who Kevin was. I thought I knew who my friend was. I don't know if I know him that well. Oh no. Oh man, Katie said something about a skin suit. It's got the look. I mean, it's got the look in the eyes. Oh no, hold on. I missed one. Professional protester who didn't get paid. You might win the comment section. You might win the comment section because that's what some of the people out there yelling look like. That's the look on their face.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, man.
He was
Antifa protester.
what they call the people, the observers.
Oh yeah.
The ICE observers. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Observers, quote unquote. Yes. Mm-hmm. Observers. And
we got our guesses in.
Yeah, I think we
I was actually shocked at this one. Yeah, a legal observer. That's what they're called. Because I really did think it was gonna be like, torturing animals or something.
Yeah,
just yeah,
100%.
But
I absolutely thought that.
Yeah, no, she's in for larceny. So theft.
Yeah,
she stole something. Now
Yeah.
it could have been a cat that she was gonna eat. But she stole something. Larceny is what they got her on.
I could not. No, man. When I saw the charge, when I saw this face and I saw the charge, I was like, "That's what they have her on so far."
Yes,
that's what they have so far. I am not convinced that that's all they could have on her. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. Larceny, no, man. You see, look at them eyes, man. Look at the look in them eyes, man. No, there's some bodies buried somewhere. Listen,
yeah, it's like she stole a.
Uh-oh. Is he still there? I got him back. Oh man,
I'm here.
We got him back. He's here. He's here. Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. Wait a second.
What? You've got mail. That's all that was missing. Got that AOL. Got that.
You've got mail.
Yeah.
Welcome. I told you I was gonna get you. I told you I was gonna get you, man. Oh my goodness. I knew they were gonna love it too.
And so I sent you my internet speeds before we started.
You did.
To show you I was good.
He did. He sent me the internet speeds.
He's do not know why my internet does this. It is strong. I got over 450 megabytes per second upload and download. I have no idea why it does this.
It might listen. Yeah, I might have to look into that. I might have to look into that. They over here talking about some of them kids out there have no idea what just happened. That's right. They don't know about that.
No, they don't know.
Katie know about that. She said, "Good memories." That's right, man. That's right. You get that. You get
no,
that.
No,
the AOL CD in the mail.
No, I should have just yelled, "I'm on the phone."
I wish that I had recording of my dad yelling when I would try to get on the internet, and I would hear his voice coming through, like the modem line would open up, and I would hear him talking to somebody, and he like, "Dang it, Devin!" Like, man, I was just trying to play some games with my boys, man.
Yep.
Man,
the good old days.
That's right,
good
baby.
Old days.
That's right.
Oh man.
But
that's it for the show tonight, man. We had an interview. It's been a while since we've done an interview.
That's right.
I want to thank the good doctor for being willing to come through and just share, his experiences and speak for his people and just kind of get the word out of what's going on. Man, that was just kind of sad and hard to hear, what's going on. You just feel for those people because it's just basic freedom.
Yeah.
Basic freedom, man. And then, Trump at Davos.
Yeah. Lord
that went sideways.
I did not expect him to go to Davos and just go full Trump mode. I didn't expect it. I guess maybe that wasn't full Trump, like, because full Trump mode is like he's at a rally and he's getting all the way out of line, like he all the way out of pocket at a rally.
Yeah.
He didn't go that far, but it was pretty much Trump mode. I mean,
it definitely was. It definitely was, but I mean, Europe needs to hear it. They just do.
They do.
They got to get their act together. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Europe. It's just sad.
It's sad. It's real sad. And you know what's crazy to me? What's crazy to me is when I hear people say, "Oh, we've lost the respect of the world," and I'm like, so where there's actual danger, people want Trump. Where there's actual danger, people want Trump. Venezuela, they happy. Remember when the Hong Kong protests? You remember the Hong Kong protests?
Yep.
And they were like, you know, they were flying the American flag. They were calling on Trump, right?
Yep.
Look.
Yep.
Iran. Stuff started getting sideways in Iran. Stuff started getting sideways in a couple of different places over in the Middle East, and they were like, they need Trump back. During the Biden administration, they're like, when Afghanistan happened, and people were saying, "No, they need Trump back." People in Europe were saying they need Trump back.
So this is what people I don't know if a lot of people have heard this story, but when they were negotiating with the Taliban, because we had a deal, okay, we're going to withdraw from here, you know, but if you attack us, there's going to be consequences. And they slid the Taliban leader a satellite photo of his house. It was like, if there are problems, there will be consequences. That is what you do. That is what you do. Trump don't play, man. Trump does not play.
It was Wesley Hunt. Wasn't Wesley Hunt in the room when that happened?
Could have been. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure Wesley Hunt said he was in the room, and he said Trump straight up slid a photo across the table and said, "If you cross us, I will kill you." Looked him in the
your
face
family
and said that.
Yeah. And so it's always good to let people know that you can touch them.
Yes.
Right. Just let you know we can touch you, and they just start acting right. It's a miracle. Yeah, but no, that's what peace through strength is, and he does a good job with it. And he says outlandish things, but that's just all negotiating tactics. Like Trump, he was never going to invade Greenland, people. He's not going to invade a NATO ally. It's just not going to happen. He wants to buy it. Right? And so he wants to buy it. And so he starts talking about, well, we'll just take it. And then when they come to negotiating table, it's like, well, we can buy it. You know, he says the most outlandish thing, and he negotiates himself down to what he really wants. And that's what he's doing. I try to tell people all the time, get all worked up over everything Trump says. I'm like, stop getting worked up. Stop listening to what he says. Just wait and see what he does.
And I will admit,
those are two different things.
It was unprecedented before. Now I'm used to it, okay? When I wasn't used to it, I would get worked up. I would be like, oh my gosh, he can't do this. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, you know, after a while, it's like, well, Trump is going to Trump. Like, Trump's going to Trump. And I tell people, it's like, oh, he said this, he said that. And I'm like, look, I used to get all ruffled up when he would say certain things, when he break presidential norms and say certain crazy stuff that, like, you know, there's certain norms I wanted broken, certain that I didn't. But after a while, it's just like, all right, we knew what we were getting second time around, okay? Like, we knew what we were getting, okay?
Yep.
And y'all know how he does. He says this stuff, and he ain't gonna do that. He's saying that to get a reaction and to get to a certain place that he wants to get to. He's starting with the crazy position, and he's gonna get back to what's actually reasonable. But y'all know he ain't gonna do what he's talking about right now.
No, I have my three words for this administration, these 4 years he's in office, is I don't care. And what I mean by that is all the people hitting me up, did you see what Trump said? Did you hear what he said? I don't care. I do not care.
That's right.
He said something mean. I do not care. Right? I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what he said. Let me know what he does. Those are two different things.
Thank you. They are two different things. And that's the hard thing. That's the hard thing is that people after all this time, still don't realize that dude loves to get a rise. Like, he will say stuff sometimes just to get a rise out of people. He knows he's going to get a rise out of people. He'll say that because he knows your hair's going to light on fire the moment he says it, and it's going to be headlines everywhere. And I think there's a part of him that enjoys that he can just manipulate. Like, he can say something and people just absolutely lose their minds. And then, like, 5 minutes later, he's just like, oh, yeah. We're here now, you know? You know?
Yep. But hey, man, we kept it on the 3 hours. We can't filibuster until we go over 3 hours.
That's right.
So
That's true. It's true.
We got to get up out of here. Hey, y'all, be safe. This winter weather is real. You know, go buy your milk and your bread. At least that's what we do in the South. And then what you're supposed to do in the snow or ice, you're supposed to get milk and bread.
And to this day, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say, to this day, I still do not understand why people do that. I still don't understand why people do it.
All I know is 1993, Winter Storm 93 changed everything, and now everybody runs to the store and get milk and bread, and I don't know why, but ever since 93, that's what we do.
Yeah, I don't.
But hey, y'all be safe. Be prepared to lose power. If you don't lose power, that's great, but be prepared to lose power. Make sure you have a heating source where you can heat, whether it's gas, and don't do unsafe things. Don't put things in your house to heat your house that belong outside. So just a couple of tips. Be prepared, but also be safe, common sense, and be careful with like carbon monoxide poisoning and things like that. So with that said, hey, you guys are great. We have the best chat in the world. Future best mod in these YouTube streets. I don't care what Jay Witt says. You the best mod.
The best mod.
But no, we really appreciate y'all. Check out the merch store. It's still diverse and inclusive. Check out Devin over at Podium Studios and all they're doing. But until next time, stay informed.
Stay informed, folks. Thanks, everybody. Stay warm.
Yep.